Mason, what are you doing right now?
What do you mean, what am I doing right now? Of course I'm working. I'm busy right now, so don't ask stupid questions.
I'm sorry about that. Are you busy today too?
Yeah, so I'll be home late today too.
Around what time will you come home?
I think around 9 p.m. or later than that.
What about dinner?
I won't be eating at home because eating out is more delicious.
Is that so? Well, you do eat out a lot lately.
Because your cooking tastes bad. It's better to throw that away. It's like eating garbage.
How could you say such a bad thing? You should at least think about how I feel.
Huh? What's that? You complaining? Emotional people are stupid. All you do is complain. You probably can only talk emotionally. You sound so pathetic.
I can't believe you could say such a thing.
There you go again, you're being emotional again. You should maintain your composure. I have a new project going on right now, so I'm very busy every day. I won't have time to go home.
A project? What kind of project?
I've been entrusted with a huge project. I'm putting my life into this.
Is that so?
That's why I don't have time to deal with your complaints. I'm supporting your livelihood, so at least show your gratitude to me.
What do you mean?
Like doing the household chores and showing your sincerity to me?
I think I'm doing household chores pretty well.
You still have a long way to go, you know. You should clean the house properly every day. Because that's your job. I'm making things easy for you as a housewife. So at least do that properly.
You're not making things easy for me. You only give me $100 per month. It's not even enough for just the food budget.
That's because you're bad at budgeting. A normal housewife will be able to do it better. You're not trying hard enough.
Only $100 for 2 people? It's like a YouTube challenge or something.
Don't be so ridiculous. This is why I don't like talking to women. Because women try to get into emotional arguments. You should think more logically. $100 is possible for 2 people in 1 month. So you should be able to do it too. Understood?
Then let me ask you a question. What is your work?
Huh? What are you saying?
Why did I receive a phone call from your office?
Huh?
You were absent from work without leave, right? Also, I heard that you didn't go to work lately. What's the meaning of this?
What are you talking about? Who told you that?
Your coworker told me. What is the meaning of this?
Stop being so emotional. You're being so stupid right now.
That's not the problem. You're not in your office. What in the world are you doing?
I'm working. Didn't I tell you earlier?
You're not in your office. Where are you working then?
It's a different matter from my office.
Different matter? What do you mean?
Now, don't be so emotional. I'm at the race course right now.
What?
Lately, I've been gambling to make money. It seems like I'm getting a little bit of interest now. Today's race was a miss, so I'll go play some slot machines to get my money back.
So does that mean that you've been getting off from work early without permission and going to work late because...
On days when units go in early in the morning and during days when there are races where I really need to go, I prioritize those. That's one of the rules and regulations of a gambler, you know? I'm not an emotional person. That's why I can calmly determine the chances of winning. That's why all those losses we've had all this time are not that much for me, you know? If I think of it as an investment for the future. This amount is not a huge loss for me.
How much did you lose?
That's not important right now, right?
Tell me honestly, how much did you lose?
Until now, it's around $10,000, I think. But it's not as huge as you thought, right?
Are you stupid? It's a very huge amount. You only hand me $100 per month, the amount that you give me for expenses. You lost 10 years worth of that.
Calm down. Those who become emotional.
Are you stupid? You're not even stupid. Only $100 per month for 2 people? That's a very unreasonable amount. I had to use up my savings to do something about our living situation, but you used up everything on slot machines?
It's only slot machines. I also use the money on race courses. Don't misunderstand me.
I don't care which it is. You wanted me to do the chores, so you begged me to be a housewife, but when I become a housewife, you only give me $100 for living expenses every month. How do you expect me to use that amount?
That's because your efforts are...
I already heard you say that earlier. If it's something that can't be solved by effort, I wouldn't be complaining this much. I can't do this anymore. Let's get a divorce.
Huh? That's impossible. Who will be supporting my life without you?
What do you mean?
From now on, I will be living as a spot machine professional. I'm thinking of quitting my job soon. So I think it will be difficult at first. That's why during that time, I will ask you to support me. That's how a wife and husband should be, right?
How could you depend on me as your wife like that? I mean, about the $10,000 that you lost. What did you do about that? With only your salary, you can't afford that much, right?
Don't worry about it. I just borrowed it for a while. If I win today, I can return the money today. No worries at all.
No worries at all. Don't tell me you borrowed money from your work.
Don't worry about it, because I'm doing well.
You used the money from work without asking permission?
I don't say it like that. I just borrowed a bit. I will properly return what I borrowed, so don't worry about it.
How in the world are you going to return it?
I think I'll win today too, so it's fine. If I ever lose... How much savings do you have?
Are you planning to borrow money from me next? How much did you steal from work?
I told you, don't say it like I stole the money. I just borrowed about $10,000. I'm surprised I didn't find out. Well, if I return the money by the end of the month, I'm sure I can handle it.
I will call your workplace about this.
Huh? What are you saying? Are you gonna sell your husband?
What you did is a crime. Your message earlier will be evidence, so...
Don't do something unnecessary! You've gotta be kidding me!
Didn't you say the people who get emotional are stupid? Aren't you being emotional right now?
That's not the problem. Don't do something that will get me in trouble. There's no need for you to tell my boss.
This is a crime, you know. I think you should probably return it right away. By the way, I will file for a divorce. I'll be demanding alimony from you.
Alimony? What are you saying I did? I didn't have an affair or anything. And I don't agree with a divorce.
I showed evidence of all the moral harassment that you did to me and consulted with a lawyer. I didn't know, however, that you were trying to be a gambler and that you were skipping work. Since you've been coming home late these days, I thought... But I was thinking that I could have gotten more alimony if you were having an affair. But it looks like I can take alimony from you for the moral harassment, so I'll demand alimony from you for that, okay?
Alimony? Is it around $100 or $200?
Of course not. That's way too low.
All I have right now is $50. That too seems to be gone soon, though.
Unbelievable. I can't believe that that's all you have for a 33-year-old office worker.
I would appreciate it if you gave me some instead. Will you please think to rethink the divorce? I wasn't a very bad husband, right? Kelly, let's get along well.
Disgusting. I've been putting up with you for a year now, but it looks like I was just being stubborn. I don't love you at all anymore.
Please don't say that. Let's make up.
You embezzled money from your company and you used that money to gamble. How do you expect me to believe such a gambler?
Anyway, please don't tell my boss about it, because I'll get in huge trouble if you do. If I get back the amount that I lost gambling, I'll go home, so please, let's talk about this face to face. That's okay, right?
Of course not. We have nothing to talk about. Do you really gamble during the day? By the way, I already reported what you did to your boss, so instead of coming home, you should probably go to your workplace and explain things to your boss.
What? Did you really tell my boss about it? I'm screwed.
The police might get involved with that, so you should probably go to your boss before he reports you to the cops.
Why did you do that without telling me first? I'll go home now. I won't forgive you for what you did.
I'm not at home anymore.
What? Did you leave already?
Yes.
You've got to be kidding me!
You always told me that those who become emotional are stupid. So I was able to keep my cool and act calmly. Place the divorce registration form on the table. So for the rest, you can contact me through my lawyer. Don't act any dumber than you already did. Then, of course, after the company investigated Mason, he was fired. When Mason's parents heard about what had happened, they returned the money as soon as possible and begged not to make it a criminal case. As for the alimony paid to Kelly, Mason borrowed money from his parents and paid. He couldn't pay rent anymore, so he went back to his parents' home. Not learning from his lesson, he tried to gamble again, but his parents finally had enough of his behavior. So he was sent to work at a faraway fishing village where his relatives are, and rumors say that he's being forced to help with some sort of dangerous fishing activity. I hope that he can pay his debt off as soon as possible. Are you serious about what you said this morning?
What did I say?
You told me this morning, remember? You told me to go away.
Ah, that's right. If you're gonna get so irritated, I'll take care of our son, Christopher. That's why you can leave and go away.
I can't believe you would say such a thing.
Try to put yourself in my situation. Every morning you wake up irritated, complaining you weren't able to sleep at all. Because of that, you even took out your frustration on me.
I'm not taking out my frustration on you. I just wanted you to understand that I have a very difficult time because I can't sleep.
Even though you know that I have a job, I listen to you every day.
You don't listen to me at all. All you do is use your phone during the night, and Christopher and I sleep alone in the other room. You said you don't want to be awoken by Christopher's cries. That's why you don't want to sleep in the same room, right?
Of course, that's a given. All you have to do is take care of Christopher, but I have to go to work when the morning comes, you know? That's why it will be a problem if I don't get enough sleep, and Christopher is already 2 years old, so I'm sure he's capable of sleeping all by himself now. The reason why he can't sleep alone is that you're spoiling him.
That's not it. When I turn over and I face the other way from Christopher, he would cry so hard. I wake up every time and I have to get up and turn to face Christopher. That's why I can't sleep. You understand, right?
Whatever. But if you take out your frustration on me for that petty reason, it'll be a huge problem for me. So leave the house and go away.
Okay, I understand. I'll leave the house.
That's right, go away. Taking care of a child is a piece of cake.
Huh?
It might be difficult for you, but it's very easy for me to do. You're 10 years younger than me. Why are you complaining about not getting enough sleep? You're just behaving like a spoiled child.
Don't say it like that. Age doesn't matter when it comes to this. Even I would have frustration built up if I can't sleep for several nights in a row.
You're not getting your frustration out on Christopher, are you?
Of course not. What are you thinking?
Glad to hear that, but if you do such a thing, we're gonna get a divorce, you know.
I told you I didn't do anything like that. You always pretend to help take care of Christopher, but if he cries even a little, you immediately go to your room.
Christopher says he wants his mother, so there's nothing I can do about that. It doesn't seem like there's anything I can do.
You said that you can take care of him all by yourself. Are you for real?
Of course, there's no way I can't do it. All I have to do is deal with a kid, right? That's not a very hard thing to do. The reason why he cries in the middle of the night is because you spoil him. By sleeping next to him all the time. If I raise him, I'm sure Christopher will grow up strong.
Is that so? Then why don't you try it?
Those who get very annoyed, just like you. just because their sleeping is lessened. I think is acting like a child.
So that's how you respond to this? Are you ignoring how I feel?
You make me feel depressed so early in the morning. So go away!
Understood. What time are you coming home?
I will arrive by 8 p.m.
Understood. Since I can't leave Christopher alone, I'll leave the house at that time. So message me when you arrive at the station.
Alright, leave the house, okay? Or stop complaining.
I'll leave the house and go away, so that's it. That way you don't have to watch me get irritated and annoyed, right? Since the day Christopher was born, I had no break at all. Your parents' house and my parents' house are far from where we live, so I wasn't able to ask them to take care of Christopher when I needed help. I had a very difficult time, you know. As a result, never in my wildest imagination did I ever think I would be told to go away. I can't believe it.
Stop complaining and shut up! I also have a hard time going to work when I see you irritated every morning. If you go away, I feel like I can do better.
Understood. Well then, I'll leave the house by 8 p.m. So make sure you come home around that time, okay? Goodbye.
Hey, when are you coming home?
Huh? What are you saying? You're the one that told me to go away, right?
Then, when are you going home?
I won't go home, because I already left the house. I wrote the telephone number of the temporary childcare and I placed it on the table, didn't I? How about you call that number? To have Christopher taken care of when you're at work. I don't know if they'll take Christopher in thought.
Are you serious? Are you seriously gonna abandon your child?
What are you saying? You're the one who told me, remember? That taking care of a child is a piece of cake? You said that this morning, right? Then do it yourself.
Okay then, if that's what you want, then fine. I don't need you anyway. But what should I do if Christopher wakes up in the middle of the night? If he realizes that you're not here, he will cry. What are you gonna do about this?
Huh? Didn't you tell me to go away? Knowing that stuff like that might happen?
Where are you right now?
It'll be a waste of time. Even if you tell me to go back home, you know. I don't plan on going home today. I'm also thinking about going to my parents' house.
Huh? What are you saying? As a mother, don't you feel responsible for your son?
You're the one that told me, right, that taking care of a child is a piece of cake? And then the reason why I can't do it well is that I spoil our son, so why don't you try doing it yourself?
What should I do?
Huh?
Should I sleep on the same bed as Christopher?
I don't know. You're the master of taking care of children, right? Why don't you think about it and come up with your solution?
You can come home now.
Huh? Now, what am I thinking?
If you really want to come home no matter what, I'll forgive you.
Forgive me? What are you going to forgive me for? You're the one who needs to be forgiven, so you should be the one apologizing.
Don't be a prude.
Okay, I'll refresh and enjoy alone time.
Wait, hey! Hey, Jessica, what should I do?
Huh?
Christopher won't stop crying. Should I call an ambulance?
Uh-huh. What are you saying?
He won't stop crying. He woke up in the middle of the night, and I think he realized that you're not here. He won't stop crying. There must be something wrong with him.
So you slept next to him. That's good. Is he still crying? He always cries every night. He cries even if I just turn the other way.
Really? Then how am I gonna sleep with all this crying?
You understand now, right?
Huh?
The reason why I lack sleep? Did you finally understand why?
Even if I give him juice or some snacks, he won't stop crying. There's something wrong with him. I think he's hurt somewhere.
That's what he does when he's sleepy. He's still 2 years old, you know. You only take care of him when he's in a good mood and behavior. He always cries when he gets sleepy. He's crying very loudly right now, am I right?
That's right. So this doesn't mean that there's something wrong with him?
Does he have a fever?
I don't know. I feel like he's a bit hot.
There's a thermometer there, right? Measure his body temperature with a thermometer.
He doesn't seem to have a fever.
He's not throwing up or anything, right?
No, he's not throwing up.
And that means there's nothing wrong with him. He's just spoiled.
Please come home.
Huh? Didn't you say that taking care of a child is a piece of cake?
I'm sorry, I understand now. I was wrong. Taking care of a child is not easy.
Do you understand now the reason why I lack sleep?
Yeah, I understand now. That's why please come home.
I'm sorry, but I won't be going home today.
Huh? Why?
I already paid for the hotel room and tomorrow is your day off work, right? Why don't you just try your best, somehow make Christopher stop crying? You're his father, right?
I'm his father, but I've never seen this situation ever in my life, so I don't know how to deal with this.
Do something about the situation by yourself. I won't help you, I just went away, because you told me to. I'll go back home tomorrow, so do your best until then, okay? You thought that taking care of a child is very easy, right? You should know at least a little about it, and you should reflect on it. Jessica enjoyed her time alone by pampering herself with a massage and sauna. The spa opened 24/7. She wasn't able to have time alone for 2 years, so she was able to refresh and ready to take on her responsibilities as a mother. But since she was worried about her son Christopher, she went home the next morning. Then Matthew woke up like he wasn't able to sleep at all because Christopher cried all night. He was able to sleep only when Christopher finally stopped crying in the morning. Matthew had a sulky look on his face, but with the realization that taking care of a child is difficult, he promised to sleep next to Christopher on the day before his day off work. He didn't apologize directly to Jessica, but the next day, Matthew placed a massage and spa ticket on the table. There was a time when Jessica considered having a divorce, but thinking about their son, she gave her husband another chance to prove his role as a father of their son.
Laura, where are you right now? Are you sure you're able to make the last train? You do realize what we have planned tomorrow, right? I say tomorrow, but it's already tomorrow, so really it's going to be later today. Are you alright?
Oh, sorry about that. I was just having a blast at the party. I'll be heading home soon. I'll make sure to make the last train back.
We gotta wake up at 6 in the morning tomorrow. They won't make it if we don't leave early. Are you sure you're gonna make it?
6 in the morning is so early. Why do we have to leave so early?
It's Fred's first field day tomorrow. You realize that everyone is gonna be fighting for a spot, right? Did you even get the lunch boxes ready?
Of course, it's fine. I've prepared everything already.
Oh, I don't see anything in the fridge that looks like any kind of meal prep. Where's the food?
I'll buy some Lunchables or something from the store when I'm coming home. We can just bring that or put it in a lunchbox or something. That'd be perfect, right?
Are you serious right now? It's your son's first field day. And you're planning on taking him some Lunchables?
Who cares? Seriously. Fred will be happy about anything. Stop complaining about it. The only person that would find something to complain about it is you, Jeffrey.
Why are you even going out to drink tonight anyway? That's already wrong. It's the day before the field day. You should come back home and help Fred get ready. Or maybe just hear him out because I'm sure he's nervous. It can't be helped.
We can only gather the members up today. And besides, if I don't go, they're all going to think that I'm an old lady or lame or something.
I don't think they'll judge you at all. You just tell them that it's your son's first field day tomorrow. I think most people who are worth anything will understand. And even if you did go out to drink, you didn't consider maybe wrapping things up a little earlier? Maybe getting home sooner?
Not at all. It's fun, so who cares? Seriously. I'll be home in a second. I'll make sure to go to tomorrow's field day completely prepared and ready. Don't worry about it, seriously. You worry way too much, Jeffrey.
This happened before too, you understand? Before the opening ceremony for Fred's kindergarten, you were out drinking the night before. You showed up to the ceremony completely hungover. The parents and guardians all smelled you. You reeked of alcohol, you understand that? Oh, I want you to stop doing this kind of crap. Do you understand?
You're seriously so concerned with what other people are thinking of. You're such a drag sometimes, but don't worry about it. This time it'll be okay. I'll go home, I swear. I'll be in bed in an hour.
Okay, we'll make sure that happens. Fred is already asleep. Because it's literally his first field day tomorrow. He was nervous, probably.
Okay, Mom will make sure to get home.
I got the camera ready. I don't really know about the rest of the stuff, so it would really help me out if you just came home.
Okay. I'll go home after we hit up one more bar.
Make sure you make the last train. I'll be waiting for you. Laura, it's already 2 a.m. The last train is gone. Where the hell are you? Hey, I want to get ready to go and get a spot. Where the hell are you? It doesn't look like you've ever made it home. Where are you?
Shit, I slept through my alarm. I'm so sorry. Where are you? Did you get the seats? I missed the last train last night. I crashed at one of my friend's houses last night. Sorry I didn't message you sooner. I was gonna go back to the first train in the next morning, but I fell asleep again. Sorry to bother you, but can you come pick me up?
What are you talking about? My parents and your parents are all here already.
What? Everyone's coming today?
Oh, I told you this before. Fred is their first grandchild. They wanted to come see their grandchild's first field day. It looked like he weren't going to be able to make the lunch for today, so I called Mom last night. I had to make something simple for us, but Fred looks like he's pretty upset because you're not here.
Sorry. Dang, I think I really did it this time, huh? I think it'll be faster if you come pick me up in the car, but do you think you can get here?
Why the hell would I do that? We're in the middle of the field day.
That's so mean. Fine, whatever. I'm gonna take a taxi. You better pay me later. I spent all my money on the party last night. And when I mean all my money, I mean I don't have a penny in my name. Also, I'm kinda hungover. I don't want to be outside for too long. I'll just pop in and leave as soon as I look for a bit. Fred is only gonna run for a second, right? It shouldn't take that long.
That's already over. The only thing that's left is a dance recital.
Really? Okay, I'll try to make it there on time.
No, you really don't have to come anymore.
Huh? What are you talking about? Don't act like that. I'll be there in a jiffy.
I'm not acting like that. I've just given up already.
Huh? What are you talking about? Giving up about what?
You don't have to come. When Fred wasn't around, I spoke to our parents. I already figured everything out with both of our parents. You don't have to come home to the house either.
Wait. I just didn't come home for a single day, and now you're acting like it's the end of the world. What are you talking about? Everything's going to be fine. I'm already heading over.
You don't care about Fred at all, do you? We might have a little trouble over who takes custody of Fred, but I want to make sure that I'm the one who takes care of him.
Huh? Custody? What are you talking about?
It's not rocket science. We're gonna get a divorce. I don't want to bring this up while I'm at Fred's field day, but...
Hang on a second. You can't just do that to me.
That friend you're always drinking with is posting on social media all the time.
Huh? What?
Yeah, there are photos of you embracing another man too. You seem to get along well with him. There were a few of those photos too. I'm gonna use that as proof, just so you know, for the whole divorce thing. I had your parents take a look at it. They saw everything.
What are you saying? Are you suggesting I'm having an affair? I would never do such a thing.
I don't know if you're cheating or what, but this photo is enough. I'm gonna assume you are cheating. I'm gonna be suing you for damages as well. Even your parents, they're taking my side and saying it can't be helped and that you don't deserve it.
No. I haven't cheated on you at all. I was just drinking with a bunch of my friends is all, and now you're talking about divorce and suing for damages? And you're talking about custody battles? You must have lost your damn mind. You really need to cut this shit out. You're being way too uptight about this.
You can say what you like. After we're done cheering for Fred at the field day, we're all gonna disband for a little bit. You can go home to your parents' house for now, huh? I'll gather your crap and send it by package. I can send it to your parents' house for you.
You can't do that to me. I haven't even cheated on you.
Even if you haven't cheated on me, you abandon your own child. You're always prioritizing your own leisure time. That's literally neglect, isn't it?
We both work full-time jobs. You said that we should work together to raise our child. That was what we agreed on, right?
Work together? In what way did you ever help me? I made sure that my company let me leave on time. I went home every day by 5 p.m. My parents would go to kindergarten to pick up Fred. And they would hold on to him until I was able to get home. You would go out drinking at least once every 2 days. You're basically never home on Saturday night every weekend. You're just asleep hungover on Sundays.
Yeah, but, sometimes you just gotta drink.
I consider Fred to be my priority. I would never prioritize drinking. Just be honest with me here, Laura. You haven't paid any attention to Fred recently, have you? Even when you're at home with us, you're just looking at your stupid phone. So who cares, right? You are now free to do whatever your heart desires.
I can't have that. What did you tell my parents? I haven't even had any affairs. I haven't done anything that's worthy of getting divorced. If we divorce, people are going to look down on me too. If you take my kid from me, it's as if I'm a bad parent or something.
You are the bad parent. You haven't contributed anything at all to raising him.
I mean, yeah, but whatever. I'm going to get there in a second.
The dance already started. You don't have to come.
Wait, your parents are here too? That's gonna be awkward. Can't you say something nice about me to them?
What the hell am I supposed to say then? You're out drinking all night. You never even made it back home because you crashed on your friend's couch. And you couldn't make it to your son's first field day as a result of your drinking. There's literally nothing more or less to it.
I feel a little sick from being hungover. I'm gonna rest before I go.
You really don't have to. I just showed your mum that message too.
What? Stop being an asshole.
She apologized to me. She said that she would be taking you home and off my hands. So you'll be leaving my house today. As far as the damages and divorce papers, I'll have my lawyers reach out to you and contact you.
What? No, that's not okay. I'm so sorry. I promise I won't do this again. I don't want a divorce. Please don't dump me.
Dump you? You're the one that dumped this family. Have you already forgotten?
I just wanted to go out and party a little bit. I promise I'll reduce the amount of parties I go to. Please forgive me.
If you want to drink that much, you can stay piss-faced for the rest of your life.
Laura ended up showing up to the field day during lunch break. She reeked of alcohol and was screaming her apologies from the top of her lungs. So her parents, of course, were completely terrified. Everyone was just apologizing to everyone else. It was honestly one of the most embarrassing things you could watch. Mr. Jeffrey and his parents decided to completely ignore her, and before the lunch break was over, Laura's parents took Laura. They were headed straight back home to talk. Jeffrey contacted a lawyer immediately after that. It wasn't clear if it was cheating or not, so he went ahead and sent the photos that were suggestive and sued her for emotional damage. Laura was going to fight for custody of Fred and child support, but there was more than enough evidence to prove that Laura had neglected Fred. It really wasn't that difficult for Jeffrey to gain custody of Fred. More than anything, Fred's statement, "I don't really remember Mom's face," in front of everyone was the nail to the coffin. She ended up having to pay damages, and right now they all live at Jeffrey's parents' house. They're all giving Fred the love he deserves.
Hey, Marie! What time do you think you'll make it home today?
Oh, I should be home at regular time.
Me too. This conversation is like we're newly wedded and in love or something.
What are you talking about? But you're totally right. It's a really heartwarming conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm so glad I can live with you.
Thank you for proposing to me, William. I'm so excited to be your wife.
I'm excited for you to be my wife too. I want steak today.
Okay, I'll do my best for you. I need the ingredients for it, though. You know how there's that store on your way home? I want to send you a grocery list. Can you go ahead and buy it for me?
Huh? Me?
What? I think it'll be faster that way.
Seriously? You're the kind of girl that says stuff like that?
What are you talking about?
I don't mind going out to buy it, but make sure you reimburse me for all of it.
What?
We're definitely splitting the bill. Do you understand?
What? What are you talking about? You're talking about the stuff that you buy from the store, right? You want to split the bill in half?
Yeah, exactly. You aren't trying to get me to buy it all, are you?
No, I'm not. But I'm always paying for our groceries when I buy things.
Really? I didn't know at all.
You didn't know. Did you think that the grocery fairy just magically delivered food to our house for free?
I didn't say that I thought that, but you're making what you wanted to make. So you should pay for everything. It's only fair. Actually, I had to open my stupid mouth and say that I wanted steak. I shouldn't have said anything. I'll pay you half.
What the hell? What are you planning on doing if we get married?
Of course, we're gonna go halvesies on everything. Wait, hang on. You weren't planning on leeching off of me, were you?
Leeching sounds a little mean, don't you think? I never had any intention of doing that, but you're saying we're going half on other things too, right?
Yeah. But as far as food expenses, I don't plan on paying for any of it. As long as I don't request anything special or something.
What the hell?
When you make things that you want to make, I don't need to go out and buy food. Then the food that you buy for yourself, you should pay for yourself, right?
So I'm supposed to pay for both of our food bills.
I'll request from time to time.
That's not the problem here. What are you going to spend extra on?
Huh? Ugh, you're being such a drag. Fine, I'll pay for the water bill.
Why are you choosing water out of everything?
Oh wait, no, that's not fair. You take longer showers than I do. You even take baths. That's not gonna be okay for me. I think that, you just cost more as far as day-to-day life. You should be happy that I'm even bothering to offer half. Just say thank you and be done with it.
I'm not thankful at all. You literally make more money than I do. What are you gonna do when I have to take off for kids? Or even worse, when I'm sick?
You're thinking that far ahead? I knew you were just planning on leeching off of me.
Huh? That's not what I'm saying right now, you idiot!
If you become a leech, I'm gonna dump you in a heartbeat. You better pay half. We're both working, so it only makes sense, right?
I can't do that. And I'm supposed to pay for all of the food? That's way too unfair.
If that's what you think, we're gonna get a divorce real fast.
We've only lived together for a week right now, so I think I've been able to handle it, but this isn't gonna work.
What do you mean it won't work?
I'm just gonna tell you. Since I'm paying for half of the cost of the living fees, you're gonna do as much around the house as I am, right?
Huh? That's not the same thing.
And what exactly about that is not the same thing? I'm paying for my cost of living. You should do chores around the house too. I'm the only one cooking. I clean and do the laundry. What exactly are you bringing to the house, William?
I'm not good at cooking. I can't do it.
Okay, so you're not good at it. You have to make that half too. If you can't survive without making me do it for you, you're leeching off me for the household chores, right?
What? That's such a messed up way of putting it. You realize that you can't say leeching like that to people? It's totally wrong and inappropriate.
Right? Why don't you look back a little bit on your old text messages?
I mean, yeah, but you shouldn't be the kind of person that says that.
Yeah, I totally think so too. I think it's wrong to be that kind of person. Or it's okay for you to tell me that. I'm not allowed to say it to you, though? That's a pretty nice thing for you, isn't it?
I didn't mean it like that. Fine, this conversation is over.
What?
Right? Come on, let's just end it. Let's stop arguing. Arguments won't produce anything.
What are you talking about? I'm saying that what you just said might be the end of it. All because of what you just said?
What? The end of what?
I think that my logic and your logic just don't fit. This isn't gonna work. Have you heard what you're saying? Half everything for the house. I buy all the food for cooking because I'm the chef, and so I pay for all of the food. What the hell is that about? You don't do half the chores. In other words, you pay half the living fees so that you can have some living made for you, right? Are you some kind of stupid?
I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry if you took it that way, though.
I think anyone who listens to that will think the same thing.
I'm just saying that if you did do that for me, I would really appreciate it.
Shut the hell up. You should start talking like that after you do half the chores around the house.
Sorry. Now, let's just talk about this later on, okay? I'll grab the steaks later and head home. Let's go halfsies.
So you're still gonna ask for halfsies there, huh? If I bought it and went home, you definitely wouldn't be paying me half, would you?
Huh? Why would I? It makes no sense for me to actually pay for it.
I don't really understand how you come to that conclusion. I can tell that we won't work out even if we get married. I also want to stop living with you, at least for now.
What? How can you be so selfish? I can't do that. I already told my parents. I even told my friends and my bosses.
Would you rather report that you called off the engagement or that you were getting a divorce? We both still have our individual rooms. I'm so glad. I'll make sure I take my time coming home. You should take all of your stuff and just go to your own house, I guess.
I don't believe it. This is seriously unbelievable. You're the kind of person that would betray me like that?
Betray you how?
I'm never gonna forgive you!
William, where are you right now? What is this about? You're the one that drew all over my door. It was you, right?
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you feel like apologizing to me yet?
No, you're the one that should be apologizing, dumbass. What is wrong with you? This is gonna get reported to the police, just so you know. You wrote all over it with some paint or something. Are you some kind of moron?
Stop saying I'm stupid and that I'm a moron! You betrayed me and dumped me! I'm gonna sue you. Just you watch!
You can sue me all you want. I'm not going to pay you a penny. I'm going to talk to the police about this. The neighbors also saw you too. This is going to be easy.
Police? You don't even have any security cameras! There's no way you can prove anything!
Did I forget to mention? My apartment has security cameras in the hallway.
Huh? You're kidding, right?
I'm not kidding. We can literally check the cameras immediately. What was your plan anyway, idiot?
I just figured you would rethink all of your mistakes.
What do you mean mistakes? About what?
The fact that you said I was a leeching parasite? That you just kept saying I did things and that I was so dumb? You didn't make any steak and you stayed out late.
Steak? That's why you threw a piece of meat on the door? Literally a flank of meat and red paint. It looks terrible at first glance. You understand? It's seriously the worst thing I've encountered. This is beyond vandalism. I'm going to report your actions to your company.
This has nothing to do with my company. I just need you to realize all the wrong you did. I'll clean it up.
The police are already here. They're going to take photographs for evidence. We're talking to the neighbors to get their testimonies too.
What? Police? That was way too fast. I said I'm sorry. I was planning on cleaning it up on my own.
The paint is not going to come off easily. I'm going to call some people to clean it up and you're going to pay for it.
I'm getting a call from my company. Why the hell?
I told the police where you work. They're probably just checking if what I said was true. I have no idea though. I'm so glad I didn't marry you. You can call other people some kind of parasite or leech, But then you freak out and demand an apology when they call you a parasite. How old are you? And then you go and vandalize someone's door. Steak? You're seriously surprising me with how stupid you are. Oh, and all your stuff? I'll be sure to pack the finest prime-cut steak and send it to your office. Why don't you make your own damn steak? William showed up to the scene, but saw that the police were investigating and ran away. They were able to catch him immediately, and he was brought in for questioning. It wasn't a criminal case, so all he got was a stern warning, but the paint wouldn't come off the apartment walls. Not only did Marie end up suing him for damages, the real estate managing the property also decided to sue William for damages. Rumors of his escapades also spread like a wildfire in his office. He was called up by HR and questioned, after which he was demoted. Within the office, they all started talking about him. He was considered the crazy dude or steak guy. He had a whole list of nicknames. He might be quitting in the near future.
Sarah, about what we discussed last night. Have you come to a decision?
You mean whether I want to move into your parents' place and live under the same roof as them?
Yes. I'd be happy if you could decide as soon as possible. You don't mind living with my parents, do you?
Do you really want me to? You meant everything that you said yesterday, right?
What do you mean by that?
You expect me to look after our children and also your parents at the same time, right?
Yes, that's what I'm asking. I'll be living in this house on my own once you and the kids move out, so it won't be easy for me either. I'll work twice as hard so that when we get to see each other again, we can spend a lot of quality time together.
So you're not even going to ask me how I feel about this?
Well, you're a housewife and you don't have a job. I can't go take care of my parents because of work. You're the only one that I can ask. My parents would really appreciate it if you went and helped them.
I didn't know that you felt that way. It won't be easy living in a house that's not mine.
Why is that? All you do is cook and clean. Does it matter where you live?
Our son is in middle school and he's getting ready to take his high school entrance exams. It's not going to be easy for him to change schools now. And your parents live in the countryside. I don't think the level of education is the same there.
Is studying the most important thing in life? There's a lot you can learn by living in the countryside.
And you're telling me this now, when Aaron is getting ready for his exams? You're the one that wanted Aaron to go to a private high school. You said you weren't happy with the education that you got, and so you wanted better for your kids. Isn't that why we put them in cram school from when they were in elementary school? That's why we push our kids to do well in school, right? It's the same for Rhea. Why do you want to suddenly change the way we bring up our children?
I didn't mean it like that. I feel like you're always telling the kids to study more. It also feels like you're indirectly saying that I'm not good enough because I didn't go to a good university. But when I think about it, education isn't everything. I mean, I have a great job. I live a happy life.
Why are you telling me this now? Don't mess with the future of your children just because you had a change in heart. I also don't think that studying is the most important thing in life, but Rhea enjoys it. She studies without being told to do so. Aaron's also been studying really hard to get into the high school of his choice. You can't take that away from them.
Maybe they're only studying hard to please you. They may not enjoy studying as much as you think they do.
What do you mean by that?
They may feel the pressure to succeed from their overbearing mother.
How dare you say that to me? Do you know how selfish you're being right now? You're using work as an excuse not to take care of your parents. You're making me take on all the burden.
I'm being selfish here? I'm just thinking about what's best for my parents. If anything, you're the selfish one.
I'm selfish. I can't believe the words coming out of your mouth.
Well, you're the one that's saying that you don't want to move to the countryside. I think you're being selfish. You're making this about the kids, but it's not. You just don't want to take care of my parents.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying that it'll be really hard for the kids and I to live in the countryside where there's practically nothing but rice fields. They only have one high school in town. It's so different to our life here. And anyone can get into that school. Don't you think that Aaron would want to go to a school that is more challenging?
We still have a year before Aaron starts high school. I'm sure that he can get used to the idea of going to a school in the countryside if we give him some time.
We already spoke to Aaron and he tells me that he wants to stay here and go to the high school that he's been studying for. Can't Aaron live with you? I'll take Ria with me.
I can't.
Why not?
I can't work and also take care of my son at the same time.
Aaron's grown up. He can take care of himself. What's the problem here?
You're the housewife. It's your responsibility to live with the kids. I bring in the money and you take care of the house. That's how it works.
I see. I get it now.
You understand now, right?
I understand now that you have no intention of trying to see things from my perspective.
Oh, why do you have to say it like that? So, you agreed to move in with my parents, right? Think about my poor parents. My mom isn't well, but she still needs to take care of my dad on her own. It's too much for her.
I understand that things are very hard for your mother. It's not easy living with someone that has dementia.
That's right. You get it then. Have we come to a mutual decision?
How come you won't move with us?
Well, it's easier for me to commute to work from this house. But I'll make sure to send you all the money that you need. Isn't that good enough for you?
It's not just about the money, you know. For you, work is important, but for our kids, their life here is just as important. Why is it so easy for you to ask the kids to give up their dreams while you're so hesitant to change your life for your family?
Of course I think about my children's happiness too. But I need you to take care of my parents. That's what's important right now.
Why can't your brother's family help out? They live closer to your parents than we do. And your sister's only a 30-minute drive from your parents' place. I'm sure that she can help too. We live the furthest. We need to take a train and an airplane to get to your parents' place. Why were we chosen to live with your parents? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It's because everybody besides you has a job. You have the most time on your hands.
Why does everyone seem to think that a housewife does nothing all day long? Raising 2 kids on my own isn't an easy thing to do.
How many times do I have to tell you this? I'm busy with work. I don't have time to look after the kids. I don't know how to raise children, and Ria is still in elementary school. She's young, so she needs a mother by her side. Could you please start getting ready to move in with my parents? This conversation is going nowhere.
So you're not even going to try and understand how I feel about this. Seems like I'm the only one that actually cares about our kids.
Well, you aren't thinking about my parents. So, doesn't that make you selfish?
Your parents are important, but what about us? We're your family too. I'm really turned off by you right now. But I'm tired of arguing, so...
So you agreed to move then?
Well, I have no choice, it seems. I'll start packing.
This is for the best.
There's one thing that I want to ask you. Is there a reason why you're so keen on living by yourself?
There's no reason, just work. Of course I want to move with you, but my parents' place is too far from my workplace. I can't just move, I have a job. I can't quit my job because I have responsibilities. I'm the breadwinner of this family.
I see. So there's no other reason then. You're not trying to get rid of us?
Of course not!
I just don't understand why it would be a problem for you to have Aaron live with you. Aaron can take care of himself so he wouldn't be a burden to you.
I just feel that the children will be happier with you. I have no experience taking care of them.
How do you plan on living by yourself if you can't take care of your own children?
Well, I'm an adult, so I can take care of myself. That wouldn't be a problem. I don't have to worry about cooking if it's just me.
Aaron's not a picky eater. Can't he just eat the same thing as you?
He's still a child, and I'm not that confident that I'll be able to feed him anything healthy.
I can see that you really want all 3 of us to move out. It's clear to me now.
I never said that I wanted you guys to move out. It's for my parents. It's good to have their grandchildren around. Don't make me look like the bad guy here.
I guess this is working out really well for you.
What do you mean by that?
You're using your parents as an excuse to kick us out of the house. You get to spend your time how you want and you don't even need to take care of your parents. But you get to feel good about what you're doing because you're sending me to take care of them instead. As long as you can send me money to live off, you can do whatever you want with the remaining money.
Oh, can you stop being so negative about everything? We've come to a decision, haven't we?
We have. I'm ready to go. I've finished packing. Please send me the child support payments in one lump sum this week. I'll ask you to send me anything else that I need later on. I'm leaving the house now.
Aren't the kids still at school? Aren't you gonna wait until I come home tonight? Also, what about all the relocation procedures?
Actually, I'm not taking the kids out of their schools, so there's no need for me to do anything about that.
What do you mean? You're leaving the kids with me?
I'm taking them with me. We're moving out and going to my parents' place.
Huh? What's going on here?
I'm sick and tired of being married to a selfish man like you. I'm leaving you. You should think more about your family and parents and not always about what works best for you. Goodbye. Sarah's parents lived about 30 minutes away from where Sarah and Ryan lived, so it was easy for her to move out and take the kids with her to their grandparents' place. Ryan didn't seem too concerned that his wife had left him, but when Sarah's father heard about what had happened between the two of them, he visited Ryan without telling Sarah. When he arrived at Ryan's place, he saw that Ryan was living with his lover. In the end, Sarah divorced Ryan and they are talking with their lawyers about the amount of alimony that should be paid to Sarah. It seems that Ryan didn't care about his parents or his family after all. Miss Sarah, I'm sorry to bother you. The place where I was hit by Marilyn with a rock, it's starting to turn into a bruise. Would you be able to cut it out with the violence? It's really starting to cause problems. What? Shut the hell up. Don't even start with me when you're my brother's wife. It's your fault she doesn't respect you. Marilyn doesn't do that to anyone else. She gets along just fine with everyone else she interacts with. She even told me yesterday. Who the hell is that stupid ugly lady that stays at Grandma's house? She's got that right. In case you weren't sure, she's talking about you. You realize that Marilyn is in the 3rd grade, right? I'm not sure if I should be saying this, but are you sure you're okay with her talking like that? I don't want to hear shit from your stupid-ass mouth. You're leeching off of my parents' house. And you don't even do the chores correctly around the house. I have work to do too. I can't do all of the work around the house alone. My husband's currently away on a business trip, and I live with your parents too. It's not like I have taken over your parents' house. I think that you have that wrong. She's letting you stay at our house because my mom is a saint. Every day, you and Brenda are annoying me. It's actually worse than annoying. You're bullying me. How can you call that nice at all? What? What are you talking about, bullying? We literally are educating you. Don't act like you're worth anything. I don't need any kind of education. You can't even pour tea correctly. When we go by the house, you don't even have snacks for us ready to eat. Who the hell do you think you are calling yourself a wife? Do you realize the duty of being a wife and what you're supposed to do? You need to do your damn job. Even if I prepare the snacks, you just take all of it home with you when you leave. I can't just get all of them ready every single time. Also, about Marilyn, she's always complaining with you and Mom, but that's not the kind of attitude you should have with your elders, right? What? Elder? Who is her elder? Literally me. She doesn't talk with any kind of respect that she should be showing towards an adult. Just so you know, in my eyes. You're below a piece of lint. Do you understand me? Marilyn totally understands that kind of thing too. Just because you're a piece of trash doesn't give you the right to take out your frustration on a kid. I'm not taking out any frustration. I'm saying something that's totally justified. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, why do you even exist? You aren't useful at all to anyone or anything. You're always just staying at the house. Are you messing with us? You should really start thinking about how to take care of us using that no-good brain of yours. Shut the hell up, fat ass. What? You need to shut your damn face. I'm over this. If you want to talk about me that much, I'll leave. I don't want to live here to begin with. I was worried about Dad, but I lived here to help out as much as I could. You better watch your mouth. Didn't I say shut your face, fat ass? You stay at your parents' house from early in the morning to late at night. You take home all of the food that I cooked, and then you turn around and give your husband that food and say that you cooked it yourself. Even when you're at your own parents' home, you just roll around doing nothing. All you do is read mangas and watch TV. On a good day, you get off your fat ass and move to the table to eat the snacks that I put out. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why you're so obese. That's why you're a pig, right? Oink, oink. You're going too far. You need to stop. You took the words from my mouth. I guess the product of a rotten old bitch is just another rotten bitch. Your daughter keeps talking about how she wants to be a star in the future. Honestly, it sounds like a bunch of bogus. She'd be lucky if she became some kind of comedian for people to laugh at with the way she looks. You're going too far. You're making fun of my own child. I really don't believe it at all. You were making fun of me all you wanted. Everything that you've ever done to someone else is going to come right back around to you. That's why Marilyn has no friends at school at all, and barely even bothers going to classes, right? Marilyn's just tired. School is full of all these idiots. I see, so then you bring her to your parents' house, and you talk shit about me and have fun? That's going to have the opposite effect, you understand? Why would she get better and go to school? Oh yeah, she wouldn't. Her parents are just as stupid as she is, huh? Just to be clear, yes, I just called your daughter stupid. Imagine throwing a rock that big at someone. That's not something that regular kids do to people. If it had hit me in the head, it was actually pretty damn dangerous. I don't really give a shit. You're just starting to annoy me, so stop texting me. Get the hell out. I don't ever want to see your face again. I told you earlier I'll be seeing myself out. Just so you know, your father's very strict nutrition regimen, your mom won't be able to cook any of it. Before I started living with them and it was just your dad, she made instant ramen all the time. I was really worried, so I started living with them. But seriously, screw this. Also, my husband and I pay for the cost of living. Literally everything around the house we paid for. I guess we really shouldn't have done that for you, huh? You better bring that money for us. You're gonna make my mom really struggle. It has nothing to do with you, right? You were the one that told me to get out and leave. Why do I have to keep paying for a place that I don't even live in? That's too far. You better bring your ass to cook, too. Are you stupid? Does your husband even know? Huh? You don't cook or anything. You don't even take your kid to school. I know the kicker here, too. You spend all of his money on expensive brands. I didn't do that. You were bragging about it to Mom the other day. I remember your husband doesn't look at the savings account, so it's basically free money for you to use. You, Mom, and Marilyn all went out the other day. You bought the same brand necklace, and I remember you three showing it off. It's like watching a bunch of pigs show off their fancy purses. Who the hell cares? You're still a pig. Shut the hell up! You're gonna make me angry soon. So like I was saying, I messaged your husband. What? I told him that as soon as he reads my text message, he should call me. So as soon as he gives me a call, I'm going to explain everything. Wait, hang on a sec. What are you going to explain? Everything that you've been doing up until now. Everything from start to finish. You need to stop. Don't be butting into another person's household. Don't worry, I'm going to leave your parents' home. I'll stop sending the cost of living and just general allowance in general. My husband even kept telling me that it was fine if I left the house and stopped living with you all. He kept suggesting it to me. I tried my best to make it work and turn him down every time, and this is the end result. I don't want to keep getting called names. I'm tired of being bullied and annoyed. I'm tired of being treated like some kind of slave. I'm literally at the end of my patience. We're going to live at the top floor of a really tall apartment complex. We're going to move really fast, too. Wait, hang on. Then what's going to happen to our meals? You really can't stop thinking about anything except your damn food, huh? You gotta prep your own meals now, piggy. You're being so damn rude. You think you can really get away with this? And what are you talking about? What are you talking about that you messaged my husband? You better explain yourself. What did you tell him? everything. Do you really not know what I'm talking about? Maybe there's too much that you're worried about. By the way, I already contacted your father, too. He was apologizing to me profusely. He kept saying how he's sorry for not being able to do more for me. He was afraid to talk back to your mom. It seems that he couldn't say anything to your mom. Don't embarrass my mom like that. It's your fault anyway. You're not really in a position to be talking like that right now, are you? What do you mean? When your husband calls me, I'm going to tell him all about the brands and the free money, and you can get this from his account. Wait, come on, don't do that. I won't do anything to you anymore. I promise I'll leave you alone. It's not that you'll leave me alone, it's that you literally can't. Because we're never going to see each other again. I can't have him check the checking account. Please, I'm begging you. What's so bad about that? You're joking, right? You didn't really... You actually used all of it up. Not all of it. It's just a little less than before. If it's just a little bit, then your husband should forgive you, right? Please, I'm begging you. Please don't tell him. Wow, I didn't know you were able to talk like that. Huh? I thought you were only able to be rude. Turns out you understood the concept of manners. There are probably other things you should be saying. I'm sorry. I was wrong about everything. I'll apologize, so please forgive me. Wow, you can apologize. I didn't know you were able to do that. I'm apologizing. You should forgive me, right? Please forgive me. Sorry, but I have some unfortunate news. Huh? I've screenshotted all of our text messages, all of it from start to finish, and I've sent them to your husband already. You guys hash out the rest on your own. Later, fat ass. Lucy felt like she might have lost it a little bit too much, but if you think about what she had to go through up until this point, it's pretty understandable. Sarah's husband contacted Lucy, and they included Lucy's husband in the talk. They were all able to talk to each other. At the end of the day, Sarah's husband accepted that he wasn't able to manage his business correctly. He was made aware by everything that he was told, and he apologized to Lucy. He noticed that he barely had any money left in his checking account. It's going to be pretty difficult for Sarah to rekindle her relationship with him. She was told to make up for all of the missing money, and told that he would be filing for divorce. She now eats at home, eating instant noodles. Sad little piggy.